And Jim to the New York Stock Exchange. Jim Cramer joins us now. Jim, some more data now out of England. We saw South Africa. Reason to be optimistic maybe for how this plays out here since it happened earlier. Omicron did over there. Does that mean that the reopening trade? Yeah, reopening trade is intact.
Yeah, I just feel like that when you see all these numbers, Dr. Tobel posts them all the time on Twitter. I mean, it's so hopeful. Both there's a peak in Omicron and no real increase in a lot of the parts of the country in the hospital setting. So, I mean, I know that's going to go to other areas where there aren't that many people who are vaccinated, but I have to tell you, Joe, I mean, it's almost acting. People are acting as if this is as bad as Delta, and it's not. This is like, I mean, my when I got COVID, it was worse than. It was obviously bad. It's a little worse than a cold, but it was better than the third shot of Moderna. I mean, I thought that the illness was easier to take than the cure, and I think that a lot of people may be saying that. And I think that other than schools, which are probably problematic because people have to stay home, we get through this thing pretty quickly. Obviously, nobody wants to get sick, but this thing comes and everybody seems to get it that and yet they're back at work. They're testing negative a week later. And in the NFL, they're testing negative 5 days later. So, I don't know. I mean, I think it's actually hopeful.
Good. And then this begs the question, are we ready for a post-pandemic stock market? And is there anything to the notion that, okay, that's when we get the pullback? I mean, it just would be, as ironic as things are, whenever you've done this for a while, is that when the shackles come off the Fed, the pandemic Fed, suddenly they're free to do whatever they need to do?
Well, look, I think that you guys had, Betsy Grace going from Morgan Stanley in the morning. And, bring on the rate hikes. I mean, there's a lot of companies who could do well in the rate hikes. A lot of companies that are already trashed because we think that there could be rate hikes. And then there's, technology where people want lower multiple tech. I think there's still enough to cobble together to like. So I'm not giving up on this market. I do think that the higher multiple sales, no earnings, tech stocks are still bad.